Where is the white label program? That's on here, isn't it? Am I missing it?
There's a white label program.
There is a white label program. Okay, perfect. Let's talk about that. That's a good one. Well, that. All right. So people buy into this program. There's, variable monthly fees.
It is one of many things that changes with the two different plans that you buy, but that's the nature of plans when you make anything. I mean, it's the nature of plan. Have you ever purchased software with different plans and different access?
Okay. So you have these people pay in to have the privilege of selling your stuff.
That is not what I said. They pay into the program because they are using company resources and time in which we in turn help them to build their brands and to build their businesses.
You give them access to white labeling your products, right? And help with rebranding.
That is one of the things that we do because we have manufacturing in-house over 40,000 square feet of it. They can absolutely utilize it. Yes.
Right. So this is really good for you guys just from a business perspective, because not only do you get the monthly fees, you get some of the down payments, and then you also get more
hosting.
Sure. It's not a lot of money for the monthly fees, but I'm just talking in general, right? This is good business sense here, right? You get a down payment, you get these people into your program, you get the monthly fees, and then you also give them access
for hosting, server maintenance, things like that, and maintenance. They don't have to pay for an IT guy. We have an IT guy that helps them with their website.
This really helps to grow your own personal business because now you've increased your internal volume quite a bit, correct?
Okay. I'm waiting for the point.
Well, that is a correct statement. I just wanted, we're on the same page right now. It is good for business.
That is correct. This is a business. It is also good for our business, helping other people. Yes.
Okay. Right. So it does everything that you would want it to, right? A perfect scenario is it helps other people, helps yourself. All right. How much money did you guys make in 2023?
2023 was
last year.
Just over 16 million, 16.5 million, on track for 20 this year.
Specifically through 2A Pro.
I didn't make any money on 2A Pro last year. 2A Pro was launched this year.
0 cents. Right? So it was launched this year. How much money have you made so far? If you don't have an exact number or don't want to give out an exact number, I think that's fine as well.
The annual run rate puts us to a projected $20 million this year.
Really? Oh, buddy. That's some good money.
But it's the same growth trajectory that we've had since we've been in business. Some years we flatlined, some years we haven't. It just depends on the state of affairs. This is a fear-driven economy, and whatever's going on in the world usually dictates how much money we make.
Gotcha. All right. Now, through 2A Pro, you estimate this year about $20 million. Is that correct?
No. 2A Pro has made nowhere near $20 million.
Well, how much? Well, the question was 2A Pro. What are we looking at for 2A Pro?
No, Tacticon. Tacticon Armament. I want to make that very clear. Tacticon Armament is showing an annual run rate of
$20 million. Right. My question, we're talking about 2A Pro here. My question is, what was 2A Pro's revenue so far?
2A Pro's revenue thus far has exceeded $100,000.
Little chunk of the pie so far, but growing for sure. One interesting little tidbit on here is that
let me also tell you that my monthly payroll is $250,000. I pay $3 million a year in my Tacticon payroll, which everybody on payroll is responsible if they have some sort of leadership capacity or experience to help the students in the 2A Pro course.
All right. Very nice. Now, you stated on here, and I believe a couple other places as well, that in your response to my video, you said, were you aware that the 2A Pro donates 100% of its profits back into the Second Amendment?
Yes. The 2A Pro marketplace donates 100% of its profits back into the Second Amendment.
Okay, so not the company, the marketplace.
The 2A Pro marketplace specifically. Yes, we do not donate the course profits back in because I have costs that exceed for that, and I have to
typed here was incorrect, because what you typed was, were you aware that 2A Pro donates 100% of its profits back into the Second Amendment? So that is not
what I typed was incorrect. I should have put marketplace after 2A Pro.
Perfect. So not 2A Pro. 2A Pro does not donate 100% of the profits back into the Second Amendment. My next couple questions are pretty simple. So 100% of the profits. What comes out of
the profits that are earned on the 2A Pro marketplace, a marketplace which is being stood up as soon as all of the software has finished developing. It has been an arduous, I don't know if you've ever looked into creating a marketplace, but Amazon is a marketplace, and it is a very, very cumbersome and arduous project. And that is something that I've worked on for the last couple of years. It is incredibly difficult. We are getting it stood up to where hopefully people will be able to. The 2A Pro marketplace is actual 2apro.com. What you were referencing there was team.2apro.com, a subdomain of 2A Pro. 2apro.com is the marketplace in which sellers will be able to go on with their products of any capacity, firearms alike. It doesn't matter. And I will not suspend their accounts because they are selling Second Amendment products, like Amazon will, eBay will, any other number of, Target Plus, Walmart, all these other marketplaces are not 2A friendly marketplaces. What I'm trying to do is create a marketplace that is 2A friendly, that as a buyer, when you go in to purchase something, that the commissions that are made on the website after expenses are paid, as well as the sellers that go on there who earn money every time things are being sold, the profits that are being made from the marketplace itself will go back and feed the Second Amendment, because the taxes that get taken out of, for example, the excise tax in California, do the opposite. The excise tax, all it does is go into feed gun control. So this is our answer to offset. Hopefully it's big enough one day to truly offset the amount of money that they're funneling into gun control, so that we can put the money back into protecting our Second Amendment rights.
So, question real fast about that. So donating all the profits back, where is that money going in like a broad sense, right? Because it's really hard to nail down specifically where each dollar goes. And the second part to that question is, then will all of that be public?
Yes.
It's going to go to organizations like GOA, NAGR, FPC, and it will all be public. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, but as of right now, nothing has been donated because we're just not even off the ground yet.
It's not even off the ground.
It's not even a donation system.
Hasn't made a sale yet.
Sorry, I misunderstood. Us donating, yes.
Yes, it hasn't. The actual 2A Pro marketplace is yet to make a sale. We don't have sellers on it. People, you can technically apply as a vendor. I'm going to have them go through an entire vendor application process again. It's a long story. It's just, I wanted to have the site live. I wanted to be able to test it out instead of putting it on a staging ground. I made it live, but there's no business right now transactionally that is being done on the site. So if you go there and if you go there and you check out right now, for example, like literally right now, because tomorrow or the next day, I have a meeting with the software developers that are helping me put in a payment system to be able to account for multiple sellers on the marketplace doing the thing. Now, at that point, I'm hoping to get the actual payment system live, in which I can start inviting people into the program, which will allow them to sell and people to buy. And then, of course, those monies will be set aside, and any profits that are made by the company will get donated back into the 2A. As right now, if you go and you check out, it's basically a sandboxed platform, so you will be able to verify that the money is not coming out of your account.
Okay. Yeah, because this is a little bit confusing. So it is good that you are explaining this, because you have Team 2A Pro, right?
That's correct.
2A Pro Marketplace. And you see how all of these names are very similar? And so we're bringing stuff up and there's a little bit of confusion depending on what we're actually talking about.
100%. So and I totally understand that. I wanted everything to fall into the same brand. And the reason why I want it to fall into the same brand is because not only are we helping the Second Amendment and we are helping businesses inside the Second Amendment, we help them even further by giving them a platform that is not going to crucify them for selling Second Amendment gear. So we build the educational platform to be able to help them do so. We also build a platform from which they can sell, which is the marketplace. And hopefully others will begin to follow suit, because when you start a marketplace, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? If you don't have sellers, you don't have buyers. If you don't have buyers, sellers aren't going to want to come on. So these things have to happen in concert with one another. And my thought, by getting people up and running with their own businesses, then giving a platform to sell on, would then attract buyers to be able to purchase said goods, which would thereby attract more sellers, guys like PSA, people that truly do support the Second Amendment and want to be able to support it, can start selling on the platform without the fear of getting axed.
Sure. And that's something that you're thinking about launching either this year or next year? There's not like a set time window for anything like that?
No, there's I'm considering it's really when everything gets dialed in. It's kind of a nightmare right now. Like, we'll test things, they break, go back to the drawing board, test, break, back to the drawing board. That's kind of how it works out. So the goal is by the end of the year. The goal is to have it up and running by SHOT Show, because when we are at SHOT Show, we will be hopefully trying to sign other vendors up and other manufacturers up.
That makes sense. Let's go ahead and pull this guy up real fast. So this is from today on your website right now. Our focus is on value over profit, so you focus on preserving your freedom. Sounds great. Mm-hmm. Today, flash sale, 50% off site-wide. Use code FOCUS on 50. What is up with this style of marketing? For instance, this is from yesterday. It is 24% off for 2024. Different code, of course. So why is your product worth 26% less today than it was worth yesterday or today, right?
Well, that really begs the question, man. It's Jonathan, right?
Yeah, that's me.
That begs the question: why would any company offer different sales on different dates? Now, I want to be as respectful as possible, but you are an econ major and you completely understand the concept of running a business, I would hope, because you run one.
I think we're on different pages. So I think this is where we differ. So yes, I have an economics degree. Yes, I have a business. I do not put money over ethics Hopefully ever, but I'm sure I have made plenty of mistakes in that. So it is not about just
Go
money.
ahead.
Sometimes I see these marketing tactics. Let's say somebody yesterday, he sees a product of yours. He says, that's great, fantastic. I'm going to buy that. Comes out to just saying a flat number, $100. He comes back today and he's like, oh, shoot, it's 75 now. So did he just get ripped off? Right. There seems to be a disconnect between
Well,
Did he get ripped off or did he
so-
not wait for the sale?
So one question is, how is selling
Here's the
something?
right?
Selling
Why
something
aren't you
cheaper
selling it at a
unethical?
fair price at all times, right? Why does
Well-
the value fluctuate so crazily? Sometimes it'll be like 15, all the way down to I think 60% is your biggest sale.
So first, can you? We'll absolutely get to those questions. Can you help me understand why it's unethical to sell at a discount?
It is not. That's not what I said. No.
No,
So-
I know you said you said
Why
you
not
never.
just price them at that all the time?
Well, correct. There is a fair market value for items. It's pretty easy to determine what you can sell at now. Different times of the year, all sorts of different sales and things you could do, different costs of manufacturing. Fluctuating prices isn't necessarily the problem. What I see from you guys, and I'm sure other companies do it as well, is some of the most aggressive like discount variations, right? We're talking like literally yesterday it was 24. Today it is 50, right? So I don't know how many sales you made yesterday, but you generated a lot of additional revenue off of the exact same products that you've sold today.
Okay,
Right.
so
So
again,
from the user's
this-
perspective, if he bought something for you, again, just $100, and today he looks at it and it's $75, does he feel good about his purchase?
I see. I completely understand the point that you're making. I completely understand the point you're making, and I can honestly like reach across the aisle and accept what you're saying. I totally understand that. Now, here is the difference between what you like think I'm doing and what I'm actually doing. In order to maintain prices at which are fair and reasonable, whether it's 25% off or 50% off, both are fair and reasonable. And I can go into that with the LPVO example that you gave during your last live stream. I'll be happy to do that, and I want to address that. Now, in order for me to do that and be able to maintain MOQs and production runs for anything that we make and keep the cost down, I have to sell at a certain volume. If I'm not hitting those volume numbers, if I'm not selling at higher volume, I cannot keep my costs down. So if I get to the point in any point in my business where the sales aren't being generated to if I don't have the revenue coming in either to cover the costs because we are running slimmer margins and being able to cover this infrastructure that we have here, I do have to increase the revenue to get cash in the bank called cash flow, which you're very familiar with, the cash flow that will give us the ability to purchase larger orders or to manufacture larger orders on our own line that will keep the costs down. That is why we do it. And the other fundamental reason why we do it is because it is indeed a free market economy and I can charge whatever price that I want. And offering 50% off is not a crime, nor is offering 25% off one day and 50% off another day. It is not unethical. People change their discounts all the time on their websites, especially specific to certain products, which they may be trying to liquidate or generate more demand for. Because it's that simple equation that you and I have both ran in our econ class. If we need to generate demand, what is the main driver of that? The main driver of that, as you know, that little p on the other side of the equation is price. And price is very indicative of the rate at which and the velocity of which something sells. And that is why we do that. It is to maintain low costs through higher manufacturing and faster manufacturing through larger quantities. The only way I could do that is with money and cash flow.
You have said before that it's. I'm talking to you, Jonathan, not to Jake. You have said about us that it's all about our bottom line and it's all about our profit. This is another way that we can lower the profit or lower the price for the consumer to get gear.
Right. For 24 hours, buy now. Right. Which I get.
That's what a sale is. It's creating urgency. It is marketing 101.
Yeah.
Welcome to business, man.
So
welcome to running a business.
Business courses fall short as they teach you how to start a business, but they don't teach you how to grow and succeed in a business, and especially not how to navigate in the Second Amendment space. And one of the things that makes us different from everybody else is I actually run and operate a successful business. I do not sell courses.
10 seconds later.
And it's fundamentally one of the things that really does make us different is you get into the course. So let me introduce you to the 2A Pro business course, mentorship, and community, a walkthrough, if you will. So like I said before, this system isn't just some marketing course where I show you my Lamborghini and my bookshelf and then teach you how to drop ship and sail off into the sunset.
here in my garage. Just bought this new Lamborghini here.
Not only is this a guide where you're going to get access to hundreds of modules, there will be dozens of individual courses, each worth hundreds of dollars inside this exact 2A Pro system. From choosing a profitable niche, professional branding, million-dollar marketing strategies, search engine optimization, product development, finding the perfect supplier, guaranteed social media success, manufacturing, both from your garage and industrial, six-figure advertising strategies, professional web design, graphic design, and even more stuff like accounting, expanding, hiring, and so much. So all in, what do you get? Well, you get all that